All right, chat. So this tweet came up on my timeline. It's a tweet from Dexerto. Who did you have on your screen during July? And it's a list of Twitch's most watched streamers in July of 2021. And the numbers it gives are in the millions, and the metric is watch time. So it's the hours of watch time that each streamer had in just 1 month. So these numbers are ridiculous. Asmongold on top, XQC, a lot of these big names. Some of you guys will recognize if you watch a lot of Twitch. Now, a lot of the replies seem to be upset regarding the diversity of the people on top. I saw a couple replies when I was just looking at my phone. Someone said no women. There's other people who made comments about there not being enough representation from the LGBTQ plus community. And there's an interesting conversation to be had there, for sure. But I don't know. It's a weird, uncomfortable topic to discuss because, you know, I'm obviously not out here trying to offend anybody. This is just me reacting to how the community reacts. So Trainwrecks, who actually is one of the people on this list, responded, "For you, quote, I'm pretending to give a shit, but really I just want some clout, idiots. Here's a more in-depth view of what's going on. Only thing missing is average view count, which can be figured out by looking at airtime and then the viewer hours. Effing crybaby Fs." So I don't really know. I don't know what point he's trying to make, but someone else responded, "I'm surprised this has to be said, but it isn't a popularity contest. It's a list based on stats. It's not fabricated to include women or people of color. If you want to see change, then change who you're watching. Don't trash in the success of these streamers because of their skin color." I think that's a pretty fair, level-headed reply. I saw a comment here. This comment right here, the problem with Twitch algorithm is it fails to promote people of the LGBTQIA plus community, women, and people of color. Twitch has the power to help streamers diversify into more than just popular white men. These aren't the only people making great content out there. That last statement is 100% true. Where I would disagree is I don't think Twitch's algorithm, Twitch doesn't really have much of any algorithm. That's kind of the thing. If you go to Twitch, they have a very sort of basic, so like if you're on Twitch, right? I don't know why I'm zoomed in so far. If you go to Twitch's website, if you're just logging in for the very first time, or sorry, if you're not logged in, if you're like incognito, you'll see like recommended big streamers up here, right? And that makes sense, right? Twitch is gonna recommend the largest content creators because those would be names that a new viewer of Twitch would be most likely to recognize. Although if you've never been on Twitch before, then you probably won't know any of them, but you know what I mean? And if they have a lot of viewers, odds are that they're entertaining too. Most people who have a lot of viewers on Twitch aren't not entertaining, right? So in Twitch's interest, they're going to promote the people who are the most popular. But Twitch doesn't have an algorithm to recommend people, right? Like if I go to anybody's stream, like if I go to Soda Poppin', who's at the top of my list right now, there's no sidebar here on the right side, on the left side. I've got recommended channels down here, right? But a lot of these are just based off of, if I had to guess, people who follow the people that I follow, who they also follow. I don't know if that made any sense what I just said, but like my only argument here to this statement is that Twitch just really isn't great at recommending streamers. That's literally the big reason why I've always streamed on YouTube. If you can create good content and you have a good thumbnail and a good title and you know kind of how to work the YouTube algorithm, I think it's easier to invest 2 hours every single day or 2 hours a few times a week and see consistent growth on YouTube than it would be if you invested that same amount of time on Twitch. Just because I think YouTube gives you that opportunity more to grow. Whereas on Twitch, if you're playing any game in one of the big categories, or if you're just chatting, right? The only time someone's going to find you if you're brand new is if they scroll all the way to the bottom of that category, right? It's really hard for these people to get discovery. They've got to use other social media platforms or network with other content creators that also have a little bit of a following. And then you kind of build off of other people and grow, right? And slowly grow your audience over time. So I understand why people are upset regarding this. This argument, you're all missing out on some great streamers right here. Is, oh, this guy, nope, my go-to streamers are, and then he links 3 people who he likes to watch. So the argument of, there's more popular people out there, or sorry, there's other people out there that are making great content, that statement's 100% true. I don't think these people are popular because of their gender or their race or their sexual orientation. I don't think that's true at all. People saying there's no women or people of color representation. This is not the case here. Don't put politics in this. These men are enjoyed by people. That's it. They are entertaining. That's why people watch them. While this is a list based on stats, it is strange that not even one of the top 10 is a woman or person of color. It would be nice to see Twitch invest in their more marginalized minority streamers to help them grow because they're obviously finding it difficult. I don't really know. It's such a sensitive, weird, touchy topic. I don't even know how to start this conversation. I don't know how to start the conversation of why there isn't any people of color or any women in the top 10 most watched streamers of July. I still get the argument though, and why people would want to see more more diversity. But again, you just got to be really careful with how you word your opinions on stuff. Too many people are bringing up the gender argument using this list. I know that Asmongold XQC trained in the Hassan stream astronomical hours a month. Not sure about the others, but I know some are more popular in non-English markets. I don't think gender is relevant at all. Twitch is pretty diverse when it comes to the content and the people that it hosts. I don't think this isn't an opinionated list. That's just the thing. It's just it's raw stats. And then you get the boomers who come in that go, I honestly don't understand the attraction of watching someone play games. Streaming is hard on Twitch. I'll stream for one viewer. The longest I stream for 7 hours with one viewer. Yeah, it's just hard to get discovered. You know what I mean? I think diversity would be nice, but it's an example of existing human bias where if we want to see more diversity, we need to change our way of thinking as a whole. I don't know. Like, I get what you're saying. I don't think people are clicking on streams though and saying, oh, I don't want to watch this stream because this person is female. Or I don't think someone clicks on a stream and says, oh, I don't want to watch this person because of their race. Right? I just don't like a lot of these comments just don't make sense. Like if your argument is, I don't watch this person, why are they on this list? This isn't an opinionated, personalized. Let's see what the responses to this one are. Yeah, I don't know. And this is where like, I just don't agree with some of these replies. Cause like, again, this is just like a shitty thing to say. Is what this, you know what I mean? It's a complicated issue. And again, I don't have the answer. I don't know. Like, I don't know why it isn't more diverse, but the lack of representation, that's definitely not Twitch's fault. I don't think Twitch necessarily is, I think Twitch is just, if I were to say they were biased towards anybody, I think it's just big content creators who, you know, I guess just happen to be these guys, right? But if you were to go incognito on Twitch, hold on, let me just do that real quick. So this is Twitch, not logged in. I'm incognito, right? We've got Shroud, Tyler1, Summit, and Ludwig are on my live channels we'd think you'd like. And the left-hand side here, we see Soda, we see Sykkuno. So a lot of the people I follow, Amaranth is up here, Co-Carnage is up here. You know what I mean? If I go to browse and I go to the just chatting category, which is by far the biggest category, you can see trending tags. I can sort by recommended for you. I don't know what recommendations it's using. I can just go viewers high to low, but I don't think Twitch really has much of an algorithm. And I think that's really just kind of what the answer is. Not the fault of the streamers, but lack of representation and diversity is still an issue. This is larger than Twitch, but in my opinion, shouldn't be that big of a deal in a top 10 list with thousands of popular and diverse streamers. Bias towards money always. Well, in Twitch's interest, right? If you're a brand new viewer on the platform, they're going to want to direct you towards people who already have a lot of viewers because again, those people are most likely established creators who know how to entertain, and they're probably doing something that obviously, because of their viewer count, a lot of people enjoy watching. Right? So it's not in Twitch's best interest to throw people with 10 viewers on the homepage, right? And I don't think anybody's necessarily arguing for that in the comments of that tweet, right? But again, you know, that kind of is just one of those examples of why when you're big like this, it's kind of maybe a little bit easier to stay big as long as you're consistent because you know, will always be recommended to new people all the time on a platform like this. So it definitely is a complicated issue. And again, it's just one of those really weird issues where you just want to be careful how you word everything just for how polarizing everything can be. This guy comments, which is funny because they're doing that, but people who aren't fun to watch, no matter how much Twitch promotes them, are not going to get popular, while other streamers who are actually fun to watch for a lot of people will get watched no matter what Twitch wants. I don't know. Again, that's sort of the same argument as this, which is, hey, you just have to be better at your job, which I think we'd all agree there are some underrated content creators out there. Definitely deserve more recognition. And whether that's just because they're not, I don't know, utilizing other socials properly. Because like, again, it's hard to grow organically just on Twitch, right? You've got to use like YouTube or maybe just the stars haven't aligned for them yet. A lot of it's luck too when it comes to growing and making the right connections with people and posting content on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter. But I don't think the argument, like this is just a fancy long way of saying just get better, lol. And I don't really think that's the answer to what a lot of these people are upset about. I agree diversification would be nice, but yeah, I don't know. There's just a deeper societal conversation that we would need to have in order to really understand the root of this problem. And I am unfortunately not the person who can dive into that just because I don't know enough about it. I'm not well versed enough on the issue. Or maybe it's just an issue with Twitch, but Twitch is such a big platform and it has so many viewers. I don't really think, you know, this person makes the argument it's more about Twitch's audience. I don't think there's something wrong with Twitch's audience. Twitch's audience is huge. I don't think there's a racial or gender bias generalized throughout Twitch's audience. So I don't know. I'm kind of like saying a lot without really saying anything right now. So I think that's just the end of the conversation. I'm interested to know what any of you guys think about this issue. Again, I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if there is fixing to be done. I think it would be awesome if there was more diversification, but I don't you know, I just don't know. Super controversial topic. I think I made it through though. Am I still live? Have I been canceled yet? Is this stream up? Has my internet been cut? Is anyone at my door? I've been holding my breath for the last 10 minutes. So yeah, no, but genuinely, I love conversations like this. Anything controversial, I love talking about it. I love the conversation. If you guys have any thoughts, leave them in the comments or tweet me or reply to this tweet and join the conversation. Just please be civilized and don't be passive aggressive or mean. All right. I think I'm going to end stream, guys.